All right, and welcome to, what's the name of this place we're in?
We're in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Ardmore. They told me we were in Oklahoma City.
No. Ardmore,
Oklahoma City. We're at the June Fest.
It's
the MayFest.
The MayFest.
But
okay.
you were close.
It's the Cowboy Way MayFest.
Well, you needed to come here and have me harass you, right? I want you to know, now this is two of my most unfavorite people, except for one other guy. His name is Gary Clarke, and anyway, listen.
We love you.
I love y'all too, and I really enjoy working in Sundown with y'all. Thank you so much.
We enjoyed having you.
And I just wanted to take this opportunity. I worked with this guy one time. His name was Gary Clarke.
While you're at it.
Gary, how you been? And so anyway, I just wanted to step in and say thank you all very much for taking time to spend with us. And I'm so sorry I had Dean interview you. And but anyway.
Hey, Dean didn't slap me, though.
That's true.
But he didn't die over you either.
That's true.
This is true.
So anyway, we want to thank you all, and we'll be right back on Crossroads Live. And I hear a story about Gary Clarke is coming up. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
You're supposed to start talking now, Jim.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Okay.
Now you speak up.
I can tell you haven't directed many movies.
That's true. That's why I don't know what to say.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what I would want to say if I was going to say it. I was going to say, let's all welcome Gary Clarke to the show at the MayFest in, what's the name of this town? Ardmore, Oklahoma.
See, if I knew you were going to say that, I wouldn't have interrupted.
I know that because, you see, you don't realize I am such a terrible person.
He has memory lapses. From
he does? Really?
Well, yeah.
Who does?
This guy.
Well, yeah.
Who are you?
Ken Garrett.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. He doesn't know Ken, does he?
No, I don't know Ken.
He doesn't know Ken.
Well, you knew Pat Garrett, right? Yeah, old, right?
No, don't know him
Pat?
either.
You didn't know Pat
He's
Garrett?
not that old.
Oh!
He doesn't know Billy the Kid either.
Ken's a buddy of ours.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We actually have a friend. One.
Wait a minute.
One.
I know he has one, but you have a friend?
Betty Jackson.
Oh, good.
Lady
No?
Bond.
Okay.
No. Oh, yeah. And anyway, I know you got a million things to ask him. Go ahead.
What is this?
This is an original Red Ryder BB gun, and I just beat up Little Beaver to get it.
Oh, my gosh. I like it.
And I forced him to sign it.
Good.
But you can hardly read it because he was hurting when he wrote it.
Now, tell me, what are you going to do with this BB gun?
Well, one thing I'm not going to do is shoot out anybody's eye because everybody
I saw
says
that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so not going to do that. No, I just thought it'd be really cool to have
I had one of those when I was a kid.
a Red Ryder.
I was a kid.
Carbide. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
He told me you were, but he lies.
I know.
I do.
So I wanted this, we have critters.
Oh.
That come. There's a husband and wife next door. They're critters, and
Well, I've been to your house. Did you call me a critter? Don't answer that.
no, we won't talk about that. Oh, you have a question for me?
Well, I think I kind of, yeah.
Since
Are we
you
done?
are
Are we done? Are we still rolling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see me roll?
Action.
Anyway, action. Oh. Okay. I was going to ask you about your writing. I have read that you wrote for Get Smart and things like that.
Yes.
Did you learn anything?
Yes.
What'd you learn?
A lot.
A lot. That's a good answer. It's a good answer. So how many episodes of Get Smart?
He said be concise.
How many episodes of Get Smart did you write?
I don't know, 6 or 8 or something like that.
Was it fun to write for
It
that?
was a hoot.
What about the character that you created?
That was Jaime the robot. I invented Jaime.
Jaime.
So the way it happened is I was having lunch with the head of NBC Publicity, who used to be our publicity liaison when I was on the Virginian. Bill Riley was his name. And we're having lunch at the NBC commissary, and he says, listen, there's this new show that's going to be on the air in the fall, and it's really funny. You know, I said, well, tell me about it. So he told me about it, this bumbling spy. And as he was talking, I had this idea. And I said, I have this idea.
Did you say that out loud?
I did to him.
Well, good.
And I said, I'm going to write something up. I'm going to bring it to you next week, and you can tell me if I'm on the right track. And he says, okay, that'll be fine. We can do that. So that was like on a Thursday. On Monday, I met him, and I had this thing written, and he read it. It's 30 pages. And because it was a half-hour show. Half-hour shows are like 30 pages, something, 27 pages. And he said, wow, this is perfect for them.
Was it funny?
Yes, it was
Okay,
funny.
great. Just checking.
I know. He's weird. He's weird.
Yeah, I know. So he said, but the problem is they don't take any unsolicited scripts,
Oh,
which means
I've
if
heard
they
that.
haven't asked for it, they're not going to read it. So I told my agent, and my agent says, that's my agent singing.
oh, is it? Good.
What was your age?
No, he said, somebody over there at the Get Smart office owes me a favor. So let me see what I can do.
Ah,
So
it's one of those. Okay.
about a week later, I'm making a movie in up in Lake Tahoe. And I was afraid because I had been told before by the producer of Hondo, when I gave him an outline for one of the segments, I said, I think we could do this on the show. And he took it from me and he said, and didn't even look at it. He handed it back to me and he said, Gary, you're an actor. Actors act.
Yeah.
Writers write.
Yeah.
So I thought that was some kind of rule in the
Oh.
business. What did I know? I was young and dumb.
Ironclad rule.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, Lord, if they find out that I'm an actor, even if they like it, they're not going to hire me because I'm an actor. Right?
So what'd you do?
So I lied.
Oh.
I left my real name, which is Clarke Lamoureux, at the
Say
office.
that again 3 times real fast. Never mind.
At the office, at the desk, at the hotel where I was staying in Lake Tahoe. I left Gary Clarke and Clarke Lamoureux. Clarke Lamoureux got a call.
Oh.
And it was Buck Henry who said, we read your script. We really like it. We want to talk to you when you get back in town. And I said, I think I can manage that. So I did. But between the time I left Lake Tahoe and got home, I was thinking, they're going to see me, they're going to know I'm an actor, and they're not going to buy my script.
Okay.
So
Solution.
I described, disguised myself.
Disguised. Okay.
Yeah, not described.
Okay.
I disguised myself, and I looked really dorky. I mean, dorky, much dorkier than I look
More
now.
than usual? Okay.
Yes. And my hair was parted funny. I was wearing glasses, which I didn't wear at the time. Hi, Buck Henry. It's very nice to meet you. Yes, Clarke. Well, we like your script. So that was it. I was there under Clarke Lamoureux, and I was there for 3 shows that I wrote. And I finally said, I'm not living this lie anymore. I'm going to go tell him. So I knocked on Buck Henry's door, and he says, come in. I walked in. He and Mel Brooks are there, and I said, oh, Mel, I'm glad you're here. I have something I want to say to you. Okay, go ahead. I said, well, I am Clarke Lamoureux. That's my real name. But I'm also Gary Clarke. I'm an actor. And without any change on their face at all, they said, yeah, we know. What?
You didn't fool him, did you?
I said, What do you mean you know? We watch television too, you know. Well, why didn't you say something? Well, we just wanted to see how far you'd carry it out.
Oh, man.
We talked, they laughed about it, and as I walked out, they said, you know, Gary, for an actor, you write a hell of a script.
I love it. I love it.
Speaking of scripts,
Yes.
I know you've done, well, I've worked on 3 of your last little projects. What do you got planned in the future? Anything?
Interesting. There's a friend of mine who had hired Ava, my daughter,
Yeah.
and Natalie, my other daughter, and
Yeah.
me to do this film that
Uh-huh.
had been written by, I forgot his name, but he was from, he was on Star Trek. I forget his name. But anyway, that's beside the point. They've been trying to raise the money. They haven't been able to raise the money. They got all the people that they need, and they weren't the money people they talked to just didn't care that much for the script. So he called me, and he said, "This weight has been lifted off my shoulder." So, wait, is this about right? Where I am with the microphone? Yes. That far? Okay. I just want to check. You know, I've only been talking for half an hour.
Professional. Yeah.
So where was I?
I don't know. No, you, Ava, Natalie, and the script, money.
So they're not gonna. The guy who wrote the script said, "No, I'm not gonna do it anymore. It's too much trouble. I can't raise the money." So they said, "You were the first one we thought of. We know you have scripts
and money.
We like. Well, I know I don't have the money." So he said, "We would like to go ahead with one of your scripts. So will you send me a couple of screenplays?"
Oh,
today?"
good.
So when I get back, I'm going to send them a couple.
Oh, good.
We're going to do it in Arizona, and I'm going to send them a Western that could be done so easily.
Oh, my goodness.
In Arizona.
Oh, my gosh.
I've got your name.
I know.
I got your
you
number.
got my phone number, yeah.
That's right.
You know, you're going to actually put him in the movie.
I got to say that.
Oh, I'm
I say,
sorry.
wait, is he listening?
Well, I didn't. Yeah, I got it now.
Is he
I got it
listening?
now. He's a old suck egg mule, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, it's
Have
really
you-
not. What?
Have you ever seen an old Scudder? It's one right there.
What's a scudder?
That. Look at it.
Oh, God.
In the dictionary, it says scudder. Your picture. That's
That's
right.
it. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
great.
Whoa. Excuse me, Red.
Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Hey,
I got one at home.
what? Keep your hands off mine.
Didn't I have
This is
two?
my Red Ryder carbine.
What? Gary, let's get back to the,
I'm going to have Little Beaver come over and beat you up.
the scripts. So you're going to be working, sending them some scripts in
Yes.
Western and Arizona.
Yep.
Whereabouts in Arizona?
All over Arizona.
All over?
Yep.
I worked in Arizona. You worked in Arizona.
Yes, I did.
You
A
were
lot.
in Tombstone.
That's
And
right, in
what,
Arizona, in
it's the
Tucson.
25th anniversary?
Yep.
Oh, man.
My wife, Jareen, was pregnant with Ava about 10 months pregnant
Wow.
when I was shooting that movie. So
Wow.
I always remember. So Ava was born just about the time we finished shooting Tombstone.
And Don Collier's inside
Yep.
next to y'all, and his wife, Holly
Yeah.
hired you, I know, on several things, hired me on several things. What a
Yeah.
sweet lady she was.
She was just, I loved it. My first interview with her, my first audition,
Uh-huh.
I came in, it was like 2 pages and of dialogue to read, and I memorized it. You know,
Uh-huh.
it was, fairly easy. So I started to read with her,
Uh-huh.
and I put the script down, and we did the read, and the first thing she said when we were done, she said, "Where in the hell have you been?" I said, "Waiting for your call."
Waiting for your call. Love it.
Yeah.
She was great.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
lady.
She read with me on a couple of things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that lady. She was great.
Yeah. So, is that it?
You through, Jimmy?
Well, I'll tell you what. How quickly can you give us a good Lee Marvin story for the folks at home? You know the Lee Marvin story that
Which-
you and your brother pulled on your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you give that story real
okay,
quick?
Yes, all right. The Virginian. I'm working on the Virginian, and My dad was one of those macho guys. He always used to brag about all the broads he had and all the Marines he beat up when he was in the shore patrol. So you can bleep any of this. So I'm doing the Virginian, and Lee Marvin is going to be on the next show. So we're shooting, and the day before we start shooting, I know Lee's going to be there. I call my dad. I said, "You got to come down here, and I got something I want to show you." Well, all right, okay. And he loved the old movie stars, the old, ballsy kind of guys who were just, rough and tough.
Yeah.
Clark Gable, like you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So he comes on the set, and I told Lee, I said, my dad is coming down, and I'd love to introduce him to you because he thinks you're the best. And he says, yeah, that's okay, Gary, sure, absolutely. So I pick up my dad at the front gate, bring him back, and I said, come here, I want you to meet somebody. And I bring him up to Lee Marvin, and I said, Pop, this is Lee Marvin. Lee, this is my dad, Clark Lamoureux. And he says, glad to meet you, Clark. And my dad, who forever was telling me that when you shake hands with somebody, you really shake hands with them. He goes, and he says, excuse me, I forgot something. And he left. And I said, Lee, I don't know what oh, geez. My brother Pete, my younger brother, and I had been talking to my dad, and we told him that Clark Gable and wait a minute, I'm sorry, I forgot the names. Clark Gable and comedy team, big fat guy from out of the 30s, fat guy and the skinny guy.
Evan Costello?
No, what? Oliver Hardy, thank you.
Laurel and Hardy.
That Clark Gable and Oliver Hardy were an item. And the press caught them with Clark Gable floating on top of Oliver Hardy in Gable's pool.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I said, Wallace Beery was gay. And I said, and Lee Marvin is in love with Mickey Rooney. And he said, and then when he found out that Rock Hudson was gay, he was like, oh no, I can't. So he's shaking hands with Lee Marvin, and he's picturing Lee Marvin and Mickey Rooney together. So Lee was laughing like crazy, and he says, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Just get him back on the set. Oh, thanks, Lee. That's all right, no problem. So we're in the chow line. They're eating outside, and we're getting food off the table. And Lee comes up, and he puts his arm around my dad. And he says, hey, Clark, I understand that you were in the shore patrol. I was in the Marines. My dad says, yeah. And he says, listen, I got some good scotch in my trailer. Why don't you come in and we can share some war stories? Right over there. My dad is gone. And I never told him. I had the mic. I'm sorry. But I didn't tell him for years. And then when I told him, he says, I knew it was a joke. But that's it. That's what happened.
Wow.
Anyway, first time I heard that story, I died laughing. I just couldn't believe it. I wanted you to share that with the audience. So.
Gary's got many, many stories.
I beg your pardon?
Gary's got many, many stories.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to have to save them for next time.
Yeah, we'll save them.
Get him out of the sun. I don't want him to have a heat stroke.
Well, people are waiting to see him.
And you're so famous. You're so famous. And take your BB gun and go home.
How rude.
Oh.
Just don't load up.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hey, there's Lee Marvin.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee. How you doing,
Mickey?
buddy? Yeah. Thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
appreciate it, buddy.
It's always fun.
fun. Great laugh.
Thanks.
What we're doing is we're trying to keep the West alive. Here it is.
You still rolling? Okay.
It's all good.
See you later.
It's all in fun.
Bye, Gary.
See you later. Bye, Gary.
All good. Well, we're here at the Cowboy Way Fest, or MayFest. It's Cowboy Way MayFest.
Yes.
That's a tongue
Yes,
twister.
that sounds good.
But we're here with an old Western hero,
Yeah.
Mr. Bob
Hey, he's
Steele.
looking good for being his age.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Looking real good.
His real name is Richard Falkenberg, and what a great guy. We interviewed last year, and it's good to see you again.
Well, good to be here.
Yeah. Welcome to Ardmore, Oklahoma, Cowboy.
Well, thank y'all.
Yeah. And you want to ask him a few things about Bob Steele, and he represents him.
How did you get the idea to portray Bob Steele, who is a legendary Western actor?
Well, we were up in Gene Archery for his 100th birthday up in California.
Uh-huh.
And Les Gillum was up there, and he told me, he said, you look like Bob Steele. He said, you might ought to dress up and try to do it. So I said, well, you sure I look like him? My wife told me, I don't see anything in him. But then when she looked him up on the internet, she said, yeah, you do look like him. So I started back then getting my stuff and doing it. And the rest of the lookalikes that we do this with kind of encouraged me, get your pictures made and come on and sit in here with us and do it. So about 2009, 2010, somewhere in there, I got started in it.
Yeah.
And started doing it.
Well, you enjoy this?
Oh, I love it.
Good.
You couldn't take me away from it. And, if he had been living today, he would be 111 years old.
Wow.
May 6th, right? When's his birthday?
January the 21st,
January
1907 when he was born.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
The Bob Steele's real name was?
Robert Adrian Redberry.
And his dad was?
His dad was the same.
And he
was
directed
Virginia, yeah.
a
He
bunch
directed,
of films.
His dad started doing movies, and Bob started doing them when he was 7, 8 years old with his daddy.
Uh-huh.
And his brother was a boxer. Was a doctor, and he thought Bob should be a boxer instead of in the movie star. And Bob decided to go into the movies and leave the boxing alone, but he still liked to fight.
Did he?
He was awful. He didn't care how big they were. He still jump in there and fight them. So he was real good at it. And he could outdraw, outride most of the cowboys there.
Well, he's got a great scene in Rio Bravo when Dean Martin shoots the rein on his horse, and John Russell says he did that on purpose, but that's
Right.
a great scene. And another great movie I think he did was Hang 'em High with Clint Eastwood.
Right,
What a career he had.
right. He had a big career in it. He, like I say, he was real good at riding the horses and shooting and fighting. And Gene and Roy didn't kind of like it much, but they still liked him because he could outride and outshoot and outfight them, and stuff like that. But like I say, he made over almost 300 movies, and he did some silent movies.
I saw a solid movie he was in about the Alamo. I think it was called Davy Crockett at the Alamo.
Yeah, something like that. And there's some other ones. I'm not sure the name of them, but he started back in the movies when he was about 7 or 8 years old. That his daddy had him in.
Yeah. Well, if you got a daddy that's a director, that's kind of that's
Right.
a pretty good
and
deal
later
there.
on, when Bob was about, I think 17, 18, his daddy and somebody else started another little film station where were doing movies. And this guy said, we need somebody with blue eyes that can attract the girls. So he said, well, I may have somebody. So the next day he brought him in with him, and he said, this guy right here might be the guy you're looking for. And the guy said, hey, you know what, he will do. He got blue eyes, he's young, he looks nice, and that's how he got his name Bob Steele and started doing movies.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Well, I know that there's a lot of people here who want to see you and talk to you and see the real Bob Steele. Well, what we have for the real Bob Steele today. And we sure enjoyed talking to you.
Well, it's good to be here, and like I say, he was born in January 23rd, 1907, Died December 21st, 1988.
Well, wasn't John Wayne born in 1907?
Yeah.
I believe he
John
was.
Wayne
Yeah.
was born May the 26th, 1907.
Same day as my mother's birthday. Yeah.
Well, Bob Steele, the guy that does the look-alike for John Wayne, was born in May too, but he's born the day before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Well, Bob or Richard, I'll call you Bob.
that's fine.
Bob, we enjoyed having you on the show, and we hope to see you again down the road. And I know we will.
I'll be here next year, hopefully, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you very
Thank
much.
y'all.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
And we'll be right back on Crossroads Live.
And they actually kind of started getting hard for the Western movies once the Sons of the Pioneers got too expensive. When it's twilight on the trail and I jog along, the world is like a dream and the ripple of the stream is my song. Thank you. That's supposed to be harmonica. When it's twilight on the trail and I rest once more, my ceiling is the sky and the grass on which I lie is my floor. Never ever have a nickel in my jeans, never ever have a debt to pay. Still I understand what real contentment means. Guess I was born that way. When it's twilight on the trail and my voice is still, please plant this heart of mine underneath the lonesome pine on the hill. Never ever have a nickel in my jeans, never ever have a debt to pay. Still I understand what real contentment means. Guess I was born that way. When it's twilight on the trail and my voice is still, please plant this heart of mine underneath the knotted pine on the hill. Y'all do this with me. Never mind, that's okay. When it's twilight on the trail.
Till we meet again, good luck, God bless, and we'll see you at the Crossroads. Let's go then.